A pastor very successfully and effectively de-escalated a situation at a Nashville church by tackling a gunman. My name is John. I'm the founder and president of Gentle Response. My team and I travel the country conducting very dynamic, realistic conflict de-escalation training seminars for churches, businesses, corporations, state agencies, and law enforcement. Before I get going, hit that like and subscribe button to be notified the next time I have another video out. I take these incidences and stories that I find in the media and social media, and I talk about how conflict de-escalation training, knowledge, and skills would have made a difference on some of these outcomes. November 8th, Nashville, Tennessee, Monday evening service at a Pentecostal church at Nashville Light Mission Pentecostal Church. Guy suddenly stands up, steps up on the stage, and he starts waving a gun around. And a pastor, after a few moments, flanks around him, tackles him from behind, and several other church members in the congregation jump on top of him, hold him down for police. From the time he steps up on the stage till the time the pastor makes contact with him, tackling him from behind, roughly 28 seconds or so. Very well handled. They did the best they could with what they had, and it was successfully and effectively de-escalated and dealt with without any further bloodshed. Good guys went home, bad guy gets to face justice. And yet I've run into and have seen a lot of really negative comments, really belittling and shaming, condescending remarks about the congregation and the church staff and volunteers on how they coulda, shoulda, woulda, might have handled the situation so much better. And I gotta tell you, there are a couple things that were done right. Number one, no one panicked. Part of it was probably what's called the human factor, the startle effect, where it takes time for the human brain to process what's going on, to accept that this is for real. There is a guy with a gun on their stage. It takes a moment. And as a matter of fact, Chesley, Sully, Sullenberger, pilot of the US Airways that landed in the Hudson River. In the movie, they dramatically described the situation because he was really heavily criticized because they were saying that he could have successfully landed at 2 different airports and not put it into the river. And in the movie, they showed how simulations showed that. And Sully pointed out, you're not taking into effect that human factor, that startle effect, because it took a moment for them to realize their engines were out. It took a moment to go through the emergency manuals before they accepted that there was nothing left for them to do. And at that point, there was no place else to go but into the river. In this situation, and I started timing it from the time the individual started waving the gun around, because that would have been the first time someone would have recognized this is a weapon, this is a potential deadly threat. It took about 10 seconds for that pastor to start to move, which is, for an unarmed, untrained, unexperienced individual, not bad. In 10 seconds, he accepted, okay, this is not a joke, this is probably for real, and he went into motion. Here's the next thing that went right. Once he made a plan, he executed it. If you watch the video, you watch him just flank around and just beeline right into the gunman and took him down, at which point it spurred the other congregation members to jump on top of it. So they immediately got into it and helped hold him down. Well done, well done. These folks that I saw make these, one individual made a comment, well, I can guarantee you 100% that this would have been handled very differently at our church. I can't look at that and not think that this person is implying, very strongly implying, that had this happened at his church, this person would have been shot and killed. Would have been shot and killed. So even though a situation like this, a potentially violent, bloody situation, was successfully and effectively de-escalated, no one got hurt, nothing was damaged, you're still going to have people just hating on it and not appreciating and accepting how well it went down, and not even taking a moment to consider what can we learn from this situation and maybe apply it to our church, our place of business, or whatever, to make sure we also don't inadvertently create a situation that it becomes bloody and people get hurt. Well done, church. God bless you. Hit that like and subscribe button. I'll catch you guys all in the next video.